Greetings, friends, family, and survivors. Well, the weather's turning, and I can definitely tell that by the old bones. Snow down to 2,900 2 days from now, and that's a good thing. And a little update. We're going to go up on the mountain this weekend and pick up our little trailer, bring it home for the winter. It's been down in the single digits up there. So we want to bring that home, say hi to everybody and talk to our neighbors, and then kind of tuck it in here for the winter. And so a little bit of an update. As you guys know, I was struggling whether I should try to build a house again. Built a lot of them, but finances and health, I think we could do it over time, but we're praying about it and didn't know what to do, so we just went to pray and put it in God's hands. Well, we didn't know how we were going to buy a piece of property, and so we scraped up all the money we could save up, and we bought a piece of land for $5,500, and you guys have all seen it. And then the Lord told us He wanted us to move there, and He began to reveal why, and you guys have watched the video of why we're moving. The reason why was presented at church, Calvary Chapel, Grants Pass. I'm a pastor there, and you guys have heard that story. Well, we didn't know how we were going to put in our septic system. We figured we'd just save money over the winter and put it in out of pocket. Well, the septic system is in, and I didn't have to finance it. And then we weren't even expecting to get a well for 3 or 4 years. The well is in. I didn't have to finance it. And so we weren't sure what we were going to do when we found out that the park model trailer has a doomed roof. That really, we didn't know. We just put it in God's hands. Say, we know you told us to go. We'll go and we'll live in the camp trailer. You told us to go, we're going to go. And we were going to do it. We're just going to go live in the camp trailer. And some people got a hold of me and said, they'd been praying about it, and they don't want to see us buy a fifth wheel and build a shed and put a wood stove in the shed. We want you in a home. And what can I say? We ordered a home 2 days ago. It's 14 by 56 foot, 840 square foot, 3-bedroom, 2-bath home. Super good sense Energy Star with R40 in the roof, and a 40-pound per foot snow load. It's a nice home. We ordered it, paid cash, paid for, and it will be delivered on the mountain first week of July. I didn't finance it, and I don't have that kind of money. That came by a private donor who said that the Lord had put it upon their heart. Quite a few people involved by the time you put it all together. And it's for the mission. It's for the work of Christ. And so I'm in awe. The Lord hasn't asked me to pay for any of it, but step out in faith and buy the property. That was it. And so, we still needed a trailer to live in from April until the home is finished. Probably take a month to get it set right. It'll be up there in July, so we needed something from April through August probably. And the Lord led us to a small fifth wheel, and it's just a beautiful fifth wheel. We were looking at maybe living in one, so we were looking at 33 footers with 3 slide outs and all that. Well, the beat to death one with a bad roof goes for $8,000, and all the good trailers were gone because of the fires. So many people's homes have burnt down. There weren't any available, and I'm glad they got the good trailers. Really thankful for that. When this one showed up, it actually ended up belonging to another brother, and it's a 91 Alpenlight. never had any leaks, and it looks new inside. It's amazing, really. He just put 5 brand new 10-ply tires on it, some high grade ones, same ones I put on my equipment trailer. And he put 2 new batteries in it. And it has a solar that goes with it that plugs in a little port there on the side. And it's turnkey, ready to roll down the road right now, and I don't have to do anything to it. And I'm so glad, because I didn't need another project. So $2,500, and it's plenty big enough for Carol and I for a 5-month period of time. So for $2,500, I don't think you could beat it. It's big enough for Carol and I. It's got a jackknife bed and an easy chair and a 2-way fridge freezer combination, and the kitchen part just looked really, really good. And all of the, the monitor station and everything works like it's supposed to. It's got the queen bed. It's a crawl around rather than a walk around like the ones we were looking at, but it is more than adequate. It's got the maxi fan on it. It even has a 4-stage IntelliCharger like I have on my other trailer. There's a forced air heater and a catalytic heater. It's got electric landing gear, and it had a ranch hitch adapter for the gooseneck that's in the back of my diesel. See, I didn't have a 5th wheel plate for mine. All I had was a gooseneck plate, and so that saves, if I'm used for $350, and that one's brand new, and it came with the trailer, so I was thrilled with that. And so I think it's, for $2,500, it's such a blessing, and we really don't need any more than this. In fact, we were looking at getting a big one and then having to turn around and sell it. Well, this one's something we could actually keep and use. It's small enough. The neat thing about it is Alpenlights have aluminum roofs. It's not the rubber roof. It's just aluminum, one piece aluminum. And I looked at several trailers lately that were as bad as our park model, and the people didn't even know it. They thought they were selling a sound trailer, and you'd go up there and go, oh my goodness, you're going to step right through it. So the first thing I did with this one is climb up on top and walk around, and the guy sold it because he wanted a bigger one, so he bought a brand new 40-footer. And so he didn't get rid of it because it had issues. He got rid of it because he had money to buy a nice big new one. So why not? So we don't need a great big one. If for Carol and I, it would just be, maybe go to the beach for a weekend or something. So it would seem reasonable to pick a smaller one that didn't have issues, then grab a bigger one for 2 times the money. I drove up to Sisters, Oregon, beautiful place, and looked at a 28-footer with a 16-foot slide out. Beautiful trailer. The roof was gone and he didn't know it, and he wanted $5,300 for it. And if he would have just been honest with me, because I asked him about the roof and he sent pictures of the roof, but he didn't tell me what he knew, because the previous 3 people that went to view that trailer said, it's got a roof problem. And if he had told me that, it would save me $100 in fuel and a whole day on the road. I suppose that if I had been listening, I would have just waited, right? So, that's a beautiful sky. Wow. Anyway, we're blessed beyond, literally beyond words. Truly beyond words. So now all I need to do is focus on finishing the diesel truck, getting it in order, concentrating on the task at hand, pastoring until March. And the firewood is in. We're going to pull our trailer home down off the mountain this weekend and kind of tuck it in here for the winter. And so there's about 4 cords of oak sitting there, and we're ready to go into the winter. I think the hard part is behind us, and we lived through it. I'm so thankful. Again, there's a long backstory to this where I would have to share with you, how could I put it this way? When God begins to put something on your heart, and he begins to move on your heart to move you a certain direction, you don't always have a real clear picture. But then when you do, there's always a choice to make. And sometimes what he's asking you to do doesn't make sense in the natural realm. And it requires a step of faith. But then when you do, everything begins to unfold before you. And every step I've tried to take to make this happen in my own strength, without exception, it falls apart. So Carol and I have learned on this mission, establishing this mission, and we'll give you our mission statement and what we're doing and all that at another point. Every step we've learned that you have to pray over every post hole. And when I tried to do anything in my own strength, it would just begin to fall apart. So we'd sit back and we'd wait and we'd pray, and then the Lord would do something. I said, Dad, our Heavenly Father, He will do something literally and exactly 10,000 times bigger than you can imagine. And when I share the numbers with you down the road, and you're going to be, your jaw's going to drop open like mine has. And here's the deal, every time I think about what my life is going to be like, and I've been following the Lord since 1984, and every time I try to figure out what my life's going to be like 6 months from now, a year from now, 5 years from now, we all do it. Every time, without exception, I'm wrong. Yep, every time I'm wrong. But every time it's better than I thought it would be, because He's a bigger and better God than I thought He was. And that's just a fact. So I have to have repented over wanting to retire. I went to the woodshed over that one, and I'm sorry, I'm ashamed that I wanted to retire. And today I really, really, really don't want to retire. I love serving the Lord. I love seeing people set free. I just love it. So that's where that's at. Thought to give you a little update. Have a blessed night.